my name is Robert Wheelis, and I'm the director of Crossroads Pregnancy Care. And it's a fantastic ministry to be a part of, because with the absence of love and the way in which our culture views life, we are, what I like to say, are a Christ response to many difficulties and crises that our culture is facing. And most of what we deal with are specifically related to pregnancy issues. And we're a pro-life ministry in that we want to promote life and certainly affirm that God is the giver of all human life. Well, the first thing they want to know is, am I pregnant? Oftentimes, because that's where the initial crisis is. I might be pregnant. And so we're able to not only through pregnancy testing, but now because we've become a medical clinic, that we're able to actually medically verify their pregnancy through limited obstetric ultrasound. And I'm excited to say that this has just recently happened. We want them to make a fully informed decision. And so we not only have factual information about their pregnancy, about parenting, and about adoption, and certainly the truth about abortion. But with this ultrasound technology, we're able to give them a picture inside their womb. And it's very difficult to not understand truth when you can see it with your own eyes, because arms and legs and a beating heart certainly help these young mothers make a fully informed decision.
I'm Mary Reed, and I've been at East Swamp a long time off and on. My children went to Triple C, and I got connected there, and then my children started going to youth group, and we were at another church at the time, but I've been at East Swamp probably about 2 years now, coming to services, being a part of the East Swamp family. God is active here at Crossroads in this ministry with many people. But one of the neat stories is that when I was just doing some fundraising, I went into a local establishment. I went into many establishments, and the owner and manager was not there to be able to okay the donations. And so nobody else was in the establishment either, except for this worker. And so I asked her, could she pass along the information? And she said that she would, and then said, well, what is Crossroads? And she had heard the name, but she never understood, she never knew what we were about. So I started to share with her it's multifaceted, the many things that Crossroads provides for the community. And she shared a story, a very sad story about having lost a baby just within the past year or two. And she said it was very devastating because she went full term, and it was a stillborn, and she became a little emotional. And I got to hug her, and I said, come by. And I called Robert and asked, if he could do some counseling, and he said we sure could. And Pat Keller has been counseling with her, and she through the connections, and Pat has come to know Christ, accept Christ, and is doing a Bible study, one-on-one Bible study with Pat. I had seen her actually at the center a couple times, and she's you can just see Christ in her, and you can see her hunger for more and to understand. And I don't want to suggest to know that I know what she was thinking, but I think that she is just on better terms with God right now. I just think when things happen, we question a lot, and I think through counseling with Pat and just understanding that God, we don't always understand God, but we just need to love and trust Him, and to know that He loves us, and I think that she knows that now.
My name is Pat Keller. I'm the volunteer coordinator. Watching this young girl come to Christ and doing this Bible study with her on grief, and because she had this stillborn a year ago and was very angry at God, and for taking this child 2 days before this baby was born, which is really sad. And so she was really, really not happy. So in starting to counsel her, it was just amazing how God used this agency to help her see that it was really some medical issues that were going on in her past that created that, but many times we all like to look at God and blame him for a lot of things. But through this study, we were able to really acknowledge that God loved her and she came to Christ. And then upon that, she was really excited about that. She invited her boyfriend, the father of this baby, to come as well, who then in turn also accepted Christ. And so that is awesome, that God just brought this whole family full circle into under the wings of his comfort and peace, and is just directing them. And they're looking forward to getting married and continuing to build their relationship. So it's just a wonderful story that came out of just people being faithful. You know, I always look at Isaiah where it says, "Who shall I send?" And he says, "Send me." You know, so all of us are just, you know, conduits to doing God's work. So it's an awesome ministry that we have here.